You're listening to Let's Stay Together Anime Break, the subseries of Let's Stay Together where we talk about the 2019 anime Fruits Basket. I'm Ellen.
And I'm Kayla.
And today we're discussing episode 2 of the final season, which was called That's an Unwavering Truth.
Yay.
I have no comment. Me and the anime people who plan the titles or whatever finally agree on a title, so so I can't make fun of it. We're going to do our summary, and then spoiler discussion like we always do today. Wait, like we always do today on this episode.
Today. Like we always do. Exactly today.
I was telling Kayla I just rolled in hot out of work, so I still don't know what's going on. But it's okay. By the time I finish reading the summary that I wrote for myself 3 days ago, we'll all be back on track. It'll be fine.
You're in the summary and you're like, oh, so that's what happened.
Yeah. Wow, there was Shigure and Akito. They did stuff and they fought and whatever. They did
indeed do stuff.
This episode covers chapters 100 and 101 of the manga. We covered this in our episode number 51, which, as I said, is called The Honest, Unshakable Truth. So, they align for once, which is great, I guess.
Plagiarism.
I still all plagiarism from Natsuki Takaya, you mean?
Yes.
The episode opens in a garden no.
It's going well.
It's good. The episode opens in a garden within the Soma estate in the past. Shigure reads, and baby Akito approaches from behind and asks, "Shigure, do you love me?" He asks if she's been running around asking everyone that, but she's persistent. "Do you love me?" He smiles, stands, and plucks a camellia flower from a nearby bush and gives it to her. "I care about you more than anyone," he says. "That's an unwavering truth. I love you, Akito." He kisses her cheek. In the present, Akito awakes in her dark bedroom, and she isn't sleeping alone. And then we cut to the opening credits. I assume that's Kureno there, right? This was right after last episode, so I assumed it was him. After the opening credits, at Shigure's house, Tohru is making paper flowers for their school's graduation ceremony, and Shigure asks to unfold one. They chat, and Tohru thinks back to what Kureno told her the other day. She tries to bring it up to Shigure, but panic makes tea instead. "I guess it is a tough topic to ask about," he says out loud. In the other room, making tea, Tohru wonders how she could ask, and the things that Kureno-san told me make me feel like I'm looking into a deep, dark well, she thinks. At school, Machi catches sight of Yuki. Elsewhere in the hall, Tohru and Momiji catch up. "I'm having fun with my class, but the seniors have to graduate, so I bet they're sad," Momiji says. "I am sad! Yuki-kun!" Makoto laments and stumbles off sadly. Haru helpfully suggests that he repeat a year. Momiji says that he thought about repeating a grade 2 to be with Momo, who wants to go to this school too, but he'll have graduated by then. He lets go of Toru's hand to talk to Haru, and Tohru thinks that she can't tell Momiji what Kureno said either, and can't tell him anything about Kureno and Uo. "I don't know what I can say or how much," she thinks. "What would people think if I did? How would they feel?" Meanwhile, our favorite trio of the Prince Yuki fan club members run past, having stolen all the paper flowers that Yuki made. When Tohru returns to the classroom, the classmates debate what to do. "You make the flowers, Kyo," Uo suggests. Kyo argues that he just finished his share, but suddenly realizes that those have been stolen too, by his own fans, of course, not that he knows about. After realizing that the only thing they can do is remake his share, this lights a fire in their hearts, and the kids storm out of the class to track the culprits down, leaving Tohru and Kyo alone in the classroom.
I love Tohru's classmates.
I liked this part where they're like, "What do we do?" And then they're like, let's get him at the end, you know?
When Tohru's like, "Wouldn't it be better just to remake them?" And Uo's like, "Don't be soft on crime," or whatever. After
telling Kyo that he should just remake all of them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yuki makes his rounds at the school, asking if anyone needs help with graduation prep, and after receiving many polite no's, he continues. He sees a group of kids chatting in the yard below. A girl and a boy playfully push each other, and he smiles and thinks it looks fun. Suddenly, we hear the sound of running footsteps, and Machi skids into the hallway in front of Yuki, panting. "Machi, you surprised me. Why are you running so fast?" he asks. "When you roam around in strange patterns, I can't predict your route, and I lose you," she says. "Oh, you were looking for me? Sorry, did you want me for something?" Yuki asks. "No," she says, and turns away. "Wait, you ran around looking for me until you were out of breath for no reason?" he asks. "I did want something." "Which is it?" he asks. "To say hello," she says. "I saw you, so I thought I'd say hello. But you kept roaming." "Please say patrolling," he says. "Anyway, I just got stubborn because you were hard to catch, that's all," she says. Yuki thinks that she could have just said hello to him when she saw him later. "She chased me down for that? She came to me, of all people?" He blushes, and he puts his hand on her head. "Thank you," he says. She turns and flings the paper flower she was carrying right in his face. What did I do to deserve that? He says. And what is this? A flower. Really? It's even worse than the ones I made, he says. It's a flower, Machi insists. It was cute.
I don't think they should be together. I don't think they'll survive. Neither of them can do things.
No. But maybe it's good. Maybe, well... Yuki thinks that he can get better through sheer willpower, so we don't know what'll happen in the future. I was gonna say maybe they'll just both be fine with the level of, like, every IKEA furniture in their house is, like, half put together, and, like...
Yeah.
The
all the food is, like, half burned, but edible.
Half burned, but edible, yeah, exactly. There's, like, but then there's, like, a thriving plant in the window that Yuki was taking care of, and then whatever Machi's special talent is, which I'm sure
they'll convert to a raw diet and just eat all the produce.
It might be better for them in the long run, yeah. Back in the classroom, it's been a while since the mob, Hana and the classmates all headed out for justice. Kyo and Tohru chat, and Tohru notices birds flying outside and thinks again about what Kureno told her. Kyo-kun, she says, what would you think if there was someone in the zodiac whose curse was broken? Huh? What do you mean? There's no way for me to know that. Don't ask hypothetical questions about stuff like that, he says. Tohru looks away darkly. He notices and asks, hey, why are you so depressed now? Sorry, that was thoughtless of me, she says. Whoa, don't apologize, he says. I'm not mad, I swear. Was it my phrasing? Is that... Look, I'm sorry, I should have just said it better. While Kyo freaks out, Tohru thinks, what should I do? I don't want to upset him. I can't raise my head. I'm afraid I'll cry. Kyo holds out a paper flower to her, and she gently takes it. Suddenly, the classroom door slides open, and their tender moment is interrupted by the mob who have returned. All is resolved, the flower thieves have been apprehended, and will be remaking the flowers that they took. At the estate, Shigure visits Akito. He gives her the red paper flower that he unfolded. Hey, do you still remember? Akito asks, thinking of the earlier time in the garden. Remember what? Shigure says. Later at home, Yuki helps Tohru with the dishes. Her mind wanders to Rin. She's been trying to break the curse too. Should I tell you, Azusa-san? Tohru wonders. Then she realizes it's been a while. She hasn't seen Rin since New Year's, and she'll have to go see her. Kyo enters and says that Shigure will be out late with his editor. Meanwhile, said editor sobs to her boss on the phone that she might not psychologically make it through the night intact. Did you know that the devil pretends to be a wanderer before he gets in the boat? She screams into the phone while waitresses stare on. Her boss is like, what? But fortunately, Shigure is there speaking to some other people who, much to Michan's surprise, turn out to be his parents. There's a big Soma gathering happening at the same restaurant. Somos must be real elites, Michan says. True, there's a serious status gap between you and Richan, Shigure says, to which she replies with a sound that I can only describe as cha. At least in the Japanese version. Kind of like Arbok. I thought about it for a long time. Shigure purposely doesn't want to pay his respects to Akito, who catches sight of him walking away with Michan as she arrives at dinner. We flash back to the phone call between Shigure and Kureno at the end of last season. You don't seem too surprised, Kureno says. Did you already figure out that I was freed from the curse? It was just a hunch, she says. But I feel a little better now. I see how it is. No wonder she wants to keep you close. She won't want people to find out, and she'd be so saddeningly desperate. Shigure Nisan, Kureno says. I believe I know how you feel about her, and that you hate me, but yes, I hate you. I hate you a lot, Shigure says. Better thank me for making that clear. Now you can enjoy that gloomy act of yours all you want. How nice for you. Nisan, Kureno says. Still, I want to ask you not to cut Akito off. Please don't be any colder with her. She doesn't keep me close because she loves me. The one she wants to be with most has always been. Later in the evening after dinner, Akito returns to the main estate. Shigure has been waiting for her. He greets her, he asks how dinner was, and then comments that her outfit makes her look even more masculine than usual. Why did you come? What do you want? Akito asks. To apologize for not greeting you at the restaurant, Shigure says, and Akito asks who the woman he was with is. Someone from work, Shigure says. Slept with her yet? Akito asks, and Shigure laughs awkwardly and says that's harsh. Wow, I thought you slept with every woman you know, Akito says, and Shigure says she's being absurd. Well, you slept with that woman, though, Akito says. What woman? Shigure asks. Ren! How dare you? How dare you sleep with her? That was a long time ago, Shigure says, exasperatedly. You told me to leave. You know that's why I live in that house and not here. You waltzed out of here without a fight, Akito argues. You wanted to get away from here. From me. And that's why you slept with her. You like her more. You want her more. I care about you more than anyone, he says. That's an unwavering truth. Akito's taken back for a moment. I thought you forgot, she says. He never forgot, and he asks if that's why she's been so upset. Why do you test me like that? Akito says. I'm not testing you. Don't you get it? I only slept with Ren because you slept with Kureno, he says. So it's my fault? I didn't do anything wrong, Akito protests. I'm special. The Zodiac members are mine, and I can do whatever I want with them. It's my right. We flash back again to Kureno and Shigure's phone conversation. Don't get the wrong idea, Kureno, Shigure says. I love Akito. I always have. I love her so much that sometimes I want to spoil her rotten. And sometimes I want to crush her into a pulp. In the present, Shigure sighs. If she doesn't understand, then there's no use talking about it anymore when they keep rehashing the same argument over and over again. He starts to leave. Akito turns, grabs him, and kisses him. You deny your womanhood, he says after she pulls away, but you're always ready to use it against me. He pulls off her tie and they fall to the floor together. We see the end of the memory of young Shigure and Akito. It's here, Shigure says, putting Akito's hand to his chest. Eternity is here. I'm always thinking of you. I missed you before. In the present, Shigure watches over Akito as she sleeps. He covers her with her jacket and touches her fingertips. I'm here forever, he thinks. You just haven't noticed yet. I was waiting that day and I never stopped. Meanwhile, outside Rin's school, Tohru asks some girls about her. She's been absent again, but they can't remember the reason. Another stint in the hospital or recovering? Tohru thanks them, and as the girls leave, they banter about whether she'll even be able to graduate. And it's crazy that it seems we might have a friend. Meanwhile, Tohru worries. The wind blows and we see an unkempt path, leading to a secluded room. The episode closes on Shigure sitting on the porch beside the garden where he told Akito that he loved her in the past, and his narration. I've been waiting all this time. I've been waiting right here for you. And we cut to the end credits.
Yay.
Wow, I did it. It's like every week I surprise myself with being able to talk. All right, so how about that episode? What a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if people who don't watch this were like, whoa, Shigure and Akito, whoa. Or who don't watch this, who haven't read it, or like, whoa, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it comes out of nowhere.
No.
Because, like, there was stuff leading up to it before, like when he was all up in her room and stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, they definitely had, like, handsy moments before. Like, reciprocal handsy moments, not just Akito draped all over everybody.
Like, yeah, like, as usual, right? With the others. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. The one I always think of is, I think it's at the beach when, like, Shigure is sitting down and kind of, like, pulls Akito onto his lap, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then everyone in the audience is like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah? No? Before we talk about them, I wanted to mention one small thing, which is that, first of all, Michi was short still in the episode, but there was like this little sad moment that I forgot about from the manga where he's like, oh, Momo wants to go to the school and Papa was worried, but then like, I'll have graduated by then, so it's fine or whatever. So I was like, oh, yeah. No.
I really liked, I did watch the dub, and I liked the dub acting on that moment, because...
Oh, yeah?
Movie just likes just saying it so casually, and it's like, oh, but Papa was really worried, and it's like, he's so silly, she's a lot younger than me, I'll be long gone by then, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, it was so sad. And then meanwhile, Tohru was like, I don't know who to talk to about my feelings, you know? It must be so awkward, because she can't tell her friends, because they don't know about the curse, and then she can't tell, like, I mean, she kind of told, like, Hana and Uo, but not everything, because... the curse is also, the curse can break, I guess, which is like the big reveal that she asks Kyo about later, right? But then Kyo's the only one she tries to talk to because they're in love. So, you know, that was good, I guess. I always liked the paper flower scene. I feel like that's a big Kyo Tohru shipper scene. So we got it, guys. We got it.
Yeah, I like the extra romantic build up in the anime with like the sunset behind them and the music.
There was like a crazy sound effect in the background that sounded like the wind blowing, but then there was no wind. I was like, what is that noise? It was like kind of a staticky noise. But yeah, there was like a lot of dramatic build up, and then the other kids burst in, which is pretty great. And so I did enjoy, I said this earlier when we were summarizing, but I liked how Kyo was like freaking out in the background while she's like being all worried. He's like, what'd I do? I'm sorry. What did Is it just the way I said it? Is it how I said it? You know? It's like, it's okay. You can be mad. She asked a really crazy question. Something that's like the whole foundation of your life, you know? Kyo and Tohru. Oh, I don't have anything to say about Kyo and Tohru, actually. That was like the only moment with them.
Yeah.
Just the friends are funny. I like that Kyo has like his secret Kyo fan club that he doesn't even know about. Of course, he would never believe that they exist, which is really funny.
I liked his, like, I'm not gonna kill them, but they can go to hell.
Oh yeah. I removed a lot of things this time from the summary to keep it tight, but that was one of the things I hesitated to remove. And I was like, no, it's not important. They run off. They decide they're
like random classmate is like, that's a weird form of kindness.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that scene was in the manga, which is funny. Mm-hmm. Or like that part of that scene, I guess, the whole scene right there. I enjoyed Machi chasing Yuki down, complaining to him about him roaming around.
Yeah. I was like, please say patrolling.
Yeah, I know. He seemed so exasperated. I forget exactly how they translated it in the dub, but he was like, it's called patrolling or something like that. I think the dub is like really good. This side note, the dub's really killing it. I appreciated it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that part with Momiji in the dub because there was a couple things that I wanted to see specifically, and that was the Machi Yuki scene was one part and the Kyotoru scene was one part, but also like I really wanted to hear Shigure being an asshole because wow, I just looked up his name but I closed the tag. It was John Bergmeyer, who played Shigure in the original dub, plays Shigure in the current dub. And like the original dub, we talked many times before about how the original like 2001 anime, whatever, early 2000s anime, Shigure was a bit more of a like happy-go-lucky kind of like comedy character. Like he had his dark moments, but it wasn't quite the same. So I really wanted to hear him being an asshole to Kureno on the phone, and I think he did a good job. It was really, really sassy, especially the scene where he's like, "Don't get me wrong, I love Akito, and I hate you." I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, it was good. I wasn't sure how it was going to sound in the dub because some of those like, it's like I really, really hate you. Like it could sound really silly, but it came across well.
Yeah, it's just like, I hate you so much. I really hate you. Truly.
Poor Kureno.
So, I know. I maintain that he's not boring, just sad. Especially in this. What breaks my heart specifically in this in the phone call is that he continues to call Shigure Nissan. He's like, "Oh, Shigure Nissan," like he's calling him like Nissan is like older brother, but like I just feel like it's like, you know, someone he's like was close to, who's just completely turned on him.
Yeah, there's like a little sketch in the manga that said that like he used to really look up to Shigure when they were younger, and probably still does, even though Shigure hates him now.
Shigure is just super jealous, and he's like, I hate you. I wonder if he'll like always hate him. You know, like if Akito stopped sleeping with Kureno, do you think Shigure would get over it? I kind of feel like he wouldn't. This is a hypothetical question.
I think he might, because just so much of his like stuff is wrapped up around the Akito issue. I feel like once that's resolved, he'd be like way more relaxed.
Maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, like everything's fine.
I feel like this is the first time in the anime we're seeing like his full kind of deal. Like we've seen him be really sassy and bitchy before, like specifically to Kureno. Like this is the phone conversations continued from last time, where I guess maybe not construe it, but like it seems like more the tone is more like, oh, you're free from the curse, and like well, I guess he said you know, like, shouldn't you have left Akito back then or whatever in the phone call last season? I forget. The phone call is split. Like we don't see all the phone call. It was split between this episode and like the last couple, right? Like the last episode from last season and the first one from this season and this one. It's kind of sprinkled throughout. So but anyway, now I guess we really know the reason, which is that Akito was sleeping with Kureno, which we knew. But that Shigure is particularly jealous of that, which we kind of knew, I guess. Oh, this time we learned the hottest gossip Furuba, which is that Shigure, to get back at Akito, Shigure slept with Ren. Which is significant.
Yeah.
For reasons we saw last time, which is that Akito hates Ren.
I feel like he like sat down for a few minutes and was like, who's the worst possible person I could pick?
I mean, it's a good choice if you're going to be a vengeful dick. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I thought one of the lines that's interesting, this is all kind of tied together, the thing that I'm trying to say, which is Shigure says this line to Akito, which is like, for someone who denies your femininity, you're always willing to use it against me. And I think we've seen a lot of the way that we've seen a lot of Akito's like misogynistic behavior up till now in the series. And one of the interesting things with Akito's character is like, we know now that she's a woman herself. And I can't remember how in depth we talked about this when we talked about this in the manga, but like on this podcast, we specifically refer to her as female, like we use female pronouns for her, because like I don't think that her gender identity is necessarily. It's more like how she presents. Like it's not necessarily that she feels like she's male. Mm-hmm. It's that Ren raised her that way for whatever reason.
Forced on her. She didn't have a choice in that. So
yeah,
it's possible that down the road she might like look at herself and make a different choice. But
and so we see her kind of like act. It's I guess against people who present in a more feminine way. So all of the like the women and girls in the Zodiac that we've seen so far are the ones who tend to get, bear the brunt of Akito's abusive behavior. Mm-hmm. People like Rin in particular, not so much Kagura, but like Kisa.
Yeah.
And so when, with Shigure going and sleeping with Ren, someone who she hates, she also kind of, Akito says like, you like her more than me, like you prefer her over me and stuff. Mm-hmm. So she's obviously kind of jealous of Ren. And I think you can interpret that as like, maybe of like Ren's, I don't know, femininity or the way that she can express herself and her gender the way that she chooses to. Because Ren basically like uses her sex appeal against the Zodiac, like or like tries to, right? So
yeah, I think there's obviously some like insecurity mixed in with the straight up jealousy there.
Yeah, that's what it seems like from her dialogue for sure and her behavior. I feel like we haven't seen that many scenes yet, but I feel like there's a lot. There's a lot you can pull from them, right?
Yeah.
And more to come, surely. But I feel like it's finally, like, sometimes because we've read this before, I forget, like, this is the first time that this is revealed, that, what Shigure did and what the real crux of their, like, kind of, the crux of Shigure and Akito's kind of, like, fight is, I guess.
Yeah. I did like the animation of the part where he's like, you told me to get out, and she's like, and you left without like fighting, and the animation has him just being like, okay, bye.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I feel like he did that not because, if he actually acted that way, because it's a flashback, so we don't know if that's really what happened. Mm-hmm. But if he acted that way, he definitely did it to piss her off. Because earlier in the episode, he was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot that like touching moment between us, Mm-hmm. Like, she's like, do you remember? And he's like, what? I was like, wow, so rude, so mean. It's also sad in the phone call that Kureno is like, can you please, like, stop being a dick to Akito? Like, he's like, she doesn't keep me around because she loves me. She keeps me around because it makes you jealous, basically. Mm-hmm.
One thing I liked with the anime visuals, I don't know if this was, like, it could have been, like, the intent of the manga, but it's black and white. But I like the use of the red and white flowers.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that, and specifically gave Akito a red flower, which was nice, because it's like the red flower he gave her as a child.
I also like the specific translation of like Shigure's dialogue in the flashback, which is a little different than the manga translation, where he says like eternity is here, like like I think in the manga it just said like I'll be here forever or something. Yeah, so like for eternity I'll be here, which is like kind of this. Yeah, kind of the same gist, but I liked the like eternity is here, like while he's touching like his own heart, because like the whole concept of like Akito like desperately seeking eternity and the never-ending banquet and stuff.
Yeah, like he specifically says "I missed you," which he said in both, but like he's also referring to like the feeling of when they all realized that the god of the Zodiac was being born, going to be born or whatever.
Yeah, because he says, like, I was waiting on that day, and, like, I still am, or whatever.
I'm still waiting now. That was, like, the last... Hold on, wait. I can tell you what it said, at least in the subtitle, because that's normally... In case anybody was curious, normally I take, like, the dialogue from the subtitle, unless I hear something really good in the dub. Anyway, he said, it was translated in subtitles as, I've been waiting all this time. I've been waiting right here for you. But yeah, I think in the dub it was, like, eternity is here. So... Yeah, I forget.
Yeah. I think it was eternity. I think it said eternity. He said, I think he said eternity is here in both the sub and dub. It was just different from the manga.
Okay, yeah.
Translation. But yeah, I like that choice.
So, like we said, we've seen Shigure and Akito's relationship sort of a little bit before in the past, but now we finally know how fucked up it is. How great, guys. It's interesting how strongly he feels in their relationship. I like the line. I mean, it's really dark, but I like the line where he's like, "I want to spoil her rotten, and then but I also want to crush her into a pulp." Because he's like so jealous. Actually, I guess I don't have that much to say about this episode. It's going to be a short episode for us. I feel like.
Yeah, it's fairly it's a fairly straightforward adaptation. They like moved a couple tiny things around for like pacing reasons, but.
Yeah, we were also discussing before because I was like, is the memory with Shigure in a different chapter? It was in the second chapter of the ones that this kind of covers. So they put it at the beginning of the episode, which is nice. It also kind of like bookends it. Yeah. They do a lot of stuff with the... Like, manga's obviously pretty different, and like chapters come out one at a time and stuff. So it's nice when they kind of like move stuff around a little bit to like bookend the episode or tie things together better. So that's what they did this time, which is a good choice, I think.
Yeah.
I still like the opening theme song, and I refuse to not listen to it when it goes through.
And they made a little change to the end credits.
Oh, yeah.
With the shelf that it starts with. Like, in the first episode, it had Tohru's scarf laying down there, and now it's got the hat and a paper flower. So.
Cute. Very cute. I wonder
so
how many of those...
it'll be cute if they change that, like, every time to some little thing.
Maybe they will. That'd be sweet. I was going to say, I wonder how many of those paper flowers got stolen by people giving them to their love interests. I mean, there's like so many of them.
The people in charge of the decorations are like, where do these flowers keep going?
It's like, we asked people to just like make 6 flowers each, and like, we've barely gotten any. Oh yeah, and then the other thing that happened was Tohru was investigating where Rin is. So she went to try to meet Rin at school, and she wasn't there. And she was like sick again, I guess. Tohru's worried about her, which is cute, I think.
Yeah. She made a friend.
Rin made a friend. Well, I mean, it's good that Tohru made another friend, too, I guess. She only has her, like, 3 friends, but...
Yeah, well, I meant Rin.
I do like how, wasn't it Haru was like, oh, Rin, you made a friend. Wasn't that in the New Year's episode?
Yeah.
I loved, we kind of talked about Machi and Yuki, but I love how Machi continues to be like, Yuki's like, did you mean to find me? Did you want me for something? She's like, no. And then he's like, really? And she's like, yes.
Yeah, like he was like, no, hold on.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute. I've deduced that you ran all the way here so much that you're out of breath, and you said you didn't do that for a reason? She's like, maybe I did. And he's like, which is it?
No, but actually, yes.
But actually, yes. And she just wanted to say hi, which was cute. And then he's like so touched. He like blushed, and then patted her head, which is obviously the most important symbol of affection, as dictated by shoujo manga and anime.
I also like the little bit where he like looks out the window and sees like the little group of friends like having fun, and he just like smiles and says that looks fun. Whereas like before he would get all like
weird,
insecure and weird about it. So, yeah.
Look out the window, sort of like longingly, but forlornly, I guess. As opposed to being like, that's cute, and then like moving on with his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute. He knows how to people now.
Now he just needs to learn to cook.
He can do it if he perseveres, according to him, at least. What did he say? Maybe I just need the motivation or something.
I think the manga,
he's like, don't.
I think in the manga he's like, all I'm lacking is drive or something.
Yeah.
And Shigure's like, you mean talent.
I do like when Tohru comes back in the last episode, which we definitely talked about. He's like, it was so bad. It was so weird. I couldn't even tell if it was bad. Just kidding. It was bad. I almost died. Like,
and Yuki's like, maybe I can't do it.
Maybe I can't do it. I hope we get more Kyo soon. He was pretty quiet in the last 2 episodes. All he did was come in and be like, Shigure is going to be home late. Wink, wink. And then...
Yeah. He came in and had one cute chippy moment and then went about his business in both episodes, basically.
Pretty much. I mean, I guess that's all I can ask for at this point.
Yeah. Well, right now he's enjoying his time with Tohru.
Until the day comes that he gets locked up forever. Sad face. Okay, well, do you have any other things to talk about from this episode?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, do you want to go talk about the rest of the series in the spoiler section?
Sure.
Okay, thank you all for listening. This was oddly short, I feel, but it's straightforward. There's a love triangle. Shit's crazy. Toru's still dealing with all the things that she learned from Kureno, and Shigure is pissed off. Shigure is jealous. I feel like that's what we learned this time.
Yes.
Oh, and everybody's cute. Ships are happening. It's happening. All right, good. Well, if you're not sticking around for spoilers, then thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
What's the episode called? Hold on, wait. Don't say goodbye. Oh, it's called I Hope It Snows. I smiled knowingly because I'm excited. Yep, so we'll see you next week for I Hope It Snows.
Now can I say bye?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I mean, you can say whatever you want, I guess.
Just interrupt you randomly. Bye.
Bye. In the middle of in the middle of the summary.
Yeah.
All right, see you later. I don't think you have to say bye. Hey, hi. We're back to talk about spoilers. Are you ready?
Yay.
Are you ready to talk about the cat's room?
No.
I don't think I am. I was like, when they cut to that when Toru's like, I wonder how Suzu is or whatever, and it cuts away to that room and Shigure's doing his like narration over it. Mm-hmm. Afterward, I was like, my heart was beating so fast. I was like, I don't want to see her in the room. You know? I surprised myself by being upset. Is what I'm saying. Can't wait. I just can't wait for next time. Actually, we won't hear about this for a while.
Rin to go through it again.
Yeah, again. It's okay. I love Rin. It'll be fine in the end. Haru's gonna do the thing, and everything's gonna be okay. I think Akito's violence is portrayed a lot more in more. I was gonna say strongly, but that doesn't even make sense. More intensely in the anime than in the manga. I mean, partly because it's animated, but partly just like I think they exaggerated. I mean, Akito pushed Ren through like 5 doors last time, so who knows what that scene with Rin's gonna be like?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they showed the cat's room. It's hard to... I just described it in the summary as like, and then they showed a room, and now Shigure is talking. Because like, you couldn't even see like hands on the window like in the manga. You can kind of see that someone's back there, but it was pretty hard to tell. It was pretty like foggy, the glass, I felt. I wonder how long it's gonna be till then. Like, it's a while in between, right?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but...
Let's do a flip. Let's find out. Oh, they're gonna graduate. I'm gonna have to say Motoko again. Oh no, at the end of the chapter 103, it's Akito leaving the room with the scissors. Oh, it's actually not that long from now, because Kureno sees the maid in the chapter after that. So yeah, it's maybe only a few episodes away. It might be like 2 or 3. It might be like even the one after next week, they might do some. Or maybe they'll draw it out a little bit longer, but like all the rest of like... So the first chapter of Volume 18 is like the Machi stuff that's going to be next time for sure. But then like a significant portion of this volume has all the stuff with Rin. So yeah, that'll probably happen pretty soon. If not next week. Oh my god, at the end of this volume, it's when Tohru confesses accidentally to Shigure and Rin. Wow, what a good time it's going to be, guys. Oh.
I love that part.
I know, so do I. It's not soon enough. What? Oh, it's going to be a good time.
I like how both Rin and Shigure are kind of like, crap.
Rin is like, no. And Shigure is like, no. You weren't supposed to be here for that reason. You know? They're like, I love how, isn't Shigure like, why Kyo? Like, after.
I think the Rin's the one who like straight up says like, why him? But
yeah.
Shigure is like, I didn't mean for this to happen.
I think he regretted it.
Yeah. I think he does genuinely feel bad about how he got Tohru involved. Not enough to stop, but I do think he genuinely feels guilt over that.
Stop. He might. Because really all he cares about is people getting in the way of him and Akito. And so I don't think he actually like meant for her to get that deeply involved in all the problems with the family. He was just trying to...
Yeah, he was just like, this will be interesting. And then...
Well, he just wanted to shake things up so that Akito would change and realize that she didn't need everybody else or whatever. So
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So they're talking about the curse breaking eventually, and Tohru shows up and she's like, when? That's no good. And they're like, it's fine. If not by this spring, then it's no good. Then Kyo could. And then they're all like, Kyo could? Oh yeah, I think it's Rin. Rin says Kyo, of all people. Yeah. Other people don't hate him like the Junichi. Jeez. Oh, and then it's all just like internal monologue after that at the end of the chapter. Hope everybody can hear my like page flipping in the background. soon. But you know what's coming next time? Most importantly, is snow. It's like walking around the snow and Yuki and Machi being cute, breaking chalk. And I'm excited about it. When I saw that was the title card that came up, I was like, "Oh yay!" Yuki
is that the one where Kakeru drags him to Machi's house? And
yeah, exactly.
They're like, "We're here," and she tries to slam the door on them.
Exactly. I was going to say where Kakeru gives Yuki Machi's bra. Yes, that's the episode. Yeah. For anyone following
where they're
along
at
with
their
the manga, it's the beginning of volume 18.
Yeah, their most sibling-like interactions.
I think they make good siblings. Oh, this is the one where Kimi's like, Kimi will always believe in Machi. It's like, how could...
He's like, no, Kimi believed in you.
Kimi believed in you. Oh, I love Kimi.
Kimi's like low-key the best character in the series.
Pretty much. I refuse to believe otherwise. I just really loved... when we read the manga, I had completely forgotten that like little flashback of her as like a child, which was like one of my favorite things that happened. It's like, this is great. I like that Kimi gets her own backstory. Even now doesn't get a backstory because he's, unlike Kureno now, is kind of boring. He's just very static.
Yeah, he gets like a short backstory, like it's only like from a year or two ago.
I think that will also happen next time. That's the chapter right after the Machi one. It's like where they all graduate and like Motoko thanks Yuki and blah blah blah. And now it's like, what comes next? If it's goodbye, what comes next is hello or whatever. Nice to meet you, something like that. So he has a sweet little one sweet moment that's coming up, I think. If they don't like cut it or whatever. Yeah. Which I don't think they would have to. But...
I do relate to now. It's like, can everyone please just do their work?
Everyone shut up. I think that's the one also where they're like, Kakeru was like, and then we'll skate down the halls, and Yuki's like, that's stupid, and now it's like, that's stupid or whatever. I think it was that one. Maybe that was last time though, I forget, because this is like kind of spring, so oh no, it must be this because they're talking about snow. So yeah, I think it is this one. That's fun. Well, anyway, that'll be fun. I'm excited. I like Yuki and Machi. They're a good pairing. I was really happy when they put, I mean, not that I didn't think it would happen, but the opening credits where they have like the Kyo and then like the 3 panels of Tohru and then Yuki and the 3 panels of Machi. I enjoy that very much. Machi needs attention. She needs as much attention as Tohru, except not really because Tohru's the main character of the story. But you know what I mean. In my heart, they need the same amount of attention, I guess. I think Caitlin Glass is playing Machi, and I think she's doing a good job in the dub. I enjoyed that scene. / directing.
Also the voice of Winry. The Alchemist dubs.
She must just be a great person, obviously. And Lust, of course, Tohru is the voice of Lust.
Naturally.
Still blows my mind. Naturally.
And does amazing at both.
When I think about Tohru, my natural leap is to think about Lust.
And she's married to Roy Mustang, I believe.
What?
Travis, what's his face? Willingham?
I don't know. I actually don't remember the voice actor who played Roy Mustang. That's funny, though. We found out while we were just before the podcast that Shigure, the voice of Shigure, did the voice of Dolcetto. If you're reading FMA with us, which I think some people are. This isn't related to Furuba spoilers, but it is moderately interesting.
Yes, he was a dog both times.
He's a dog, and then he was a dog. Isn't it great?
Yeah, Travis Willingham married Laura Bailey in 2011.
Who? Who?
Travis Willingham.
Oh, okay. Cute. Well, I don't have any other things to say, so...
I think we covered it.
We talked about it. It happened.
Yes,
we watched it, and it was good.
We watched it, and then we talked about it.
We'll see what's onto her shelf next week.
The most exciting thing.
Truly. Although she didn't get any new things well, I don't know. She's not really the focus. If it's going to be about Machi and then about like Yuki and now Motoko and whatever, then Toru's not really the focus of those episodes. So maybe she won't get anything new, but we'll see. All right. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week for Snow Time, whatever the title was.
Snow Time.
I think it should just be called Snow Time.
Shenanigans.
Snow Shenanigans.
Snow Nanigans.
was gonna say Snowniggins. I think Snownanigans is better. All right, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I am sad. Yuki-kun. Makoto. Nope. Yeah, Makoto. I second guessed myself. I have so much anxiety about him and Motoko. Motoko laments and stumbles off sadly.
Now you said it wrong.
God damn it. Hold on, let me just take a deep centering breath. Okay. And you've already punished me for it. You told me to leave. Sorry screaming for no reason.